Hi friends, welcome back to our channel Physics Tutorial. Today we are going to start +1 physics classes. So here we are starting with the first chapter and we will discuss all important areas including numericals and derivations. So if you have not yet subscribed the channel, please subscribe for more videos. Can we move to the video? Before going to the topic, we can just go through the syllabus. And as you know, this year is not like a 10th standard. Here we have some more chapters. 15 chapters you have to study this year. And if you are waiting for the last moment, it will not be easy to score good marks. Therefore, now itself you have to follow the class and write down the notes also. Okay. Now we can just go through the chapters. The first chapter is physical world. That is a very small chapter. Only 1 mark question will be asked from that. And the second chapter is units and measurements. Here you have to study dimensions and all. This is a very important chapter. And the third one is motion in one dimension. That is motion in a straight line. And that is a continuation of motion in 9th standard. Okay. And here the fourth chapter is motion in a plane. The fifth chapter is laws of motion. Here we will study Newton's laws of motion and all. And sixth one is work, energy and power. So here we will have a detailed study of work, energy and power. The next one is system of particles and rotational motion. This is a new chapter, actually a new concept for you. And some derivations and all you will study there. The next one is 8th chapter, that is gravitation. Then 9th chapter is mechanical properties of solids. That is a small chapter. There we will study the properties of solids. Then 10th chapter is mechanical properties of fluids. There also we have some important derivations and all. And 11th one is thermal properties of matter related to thermodynamics. Then 12th is also thermodynamics. And 13th one is kinetic theory. There you have some derivations, simple derivations and all. Then 14th chapter is oscillations and 15 is waves. So all these chapters you have to study. Now we can start with our first chapter, that is physical world. This is a very small chapter and only 1 mark question will be asked from this. So you have to study only 4 points, that is the fundamental forces of nature. That are the things that you have to study here, but you have to understand that what is physics, what is science, then what is the scope and excitement of physics, technology and society. Such things they are explaining in the beginning, so that you don't have to study, but you have to understand that what are the things. So if someone is asking what is science or from where the science is originated, how you can answer? Yes, we know that the word science originates from the Latin verb scientia. Then what is the meaning of scientia? Yes, to know. The meaning of scientia is to know. So that is the Latin verb scientia and the meaning is to know. And how you can define it? Many definitions you can give, right? Simply we can say that science is the systematic study of nature and natural phenomena developed through scientific method. Okay. And now we can see from where the word physics is originated. Physics is actually originated from a Greek word, that is physis, F-U-S-I-S. The meaning of physis is nature. Okay, so that is a Greek word and physis, and the meaning is nature. Classical physics and modern physics are the 2 domains of physics. So these are all about science and physics. Now we can move to different forces, fundamental forces in nature. There are 4 fundamental forces in nature. They are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force and weak nuclear force. So gravitational force is a universal force, right? Because we can see that everywhere in the universe, and that will be an attractive force always. And this force is due to by virtue of masses. Okay, and it is a long range force. The most important thing is this is the weakest fundamental force. Okay, so most of the cases the question will be coming like this, which is the weakest fundamental force in nature. So that is gravitational force. And the gravitational force between two objects can be calculated by using universal law of gravitation that we have already studied. Okay, so these things you have to remember about gravitational force. Then electromagnetic force. The electrostatic force we know, right? That is the force between two charged particles at rest. It is called electrostatic force. Static means state of rest. And suppose a moving electric charge we are placing in a magnetic field which experiences a force, that is called electromagnetic force. So a moving electric charge we are placing in a magnetic field means both the effect will be coming there, electric effect and magnetic effect. So that is called electromagnetic force, and this electric force will be 10 raised to 36 times greater than gravitational force. Okay, next one is strong nuclear force. So strong nuclear force means this is a nuclear force, that means it is seen between protons and neutrons or in nucleons. Okay, so that will be binding them together, and this is the strongest fundamental force. That is very important. That is the strongest fundamental force is strong nuclear force. Now we have the last fundamental force, that is the weak nuclear force. This is also a nuclear force, but it appears only in certain nuclear processes such as beta decay. And in this case, this is a short range force, and this is greater than gravitational force. Now we can have a comparison of all the four fundamental forces. Gravitation force has a relative strength of 10 raised to minus 38, and it has infinite range and acts in all material objects in the universe. And weak nuclear force, which has a relative strength of 10 raised to minus 13 and very short range, also operates among elementary particles. Then electromagnetic force, which has a relative strength of 10 raised to minus 2 and infinite range and operates among charged particles. Then strong nuclear force, which has a relative strength of 1 and range is very short and operates among nucleons. Okay, so the most important questions from this area is the strongest fundamental force, that is the strong nuclear force, and weakest fundamental force is gravitational force. Hope it is clear to you. Now we can conclude the video. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.